Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
We demolish our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, apostles' truth and do well. And salutations to you, hopeful let Christians truth and all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh.
Come, Brother Taziyar, Yahbashim, Yahushai, Brakatah to the hopeful elect.
Come, Yahbashim, Yahushai, Brakatah out there, all you Akim. While tuning in, we a couple of brothers out of GMS Kansas City camp, just hopping in through another sit down, doing another to the spirit. We're going to go into basically pre-Passover, more pre-Passover mentality thing that's going on around us right now. And basically the topic of this sit down is going to be put your blood on the doorpost. Right now it's very important to have the hedge, the protection of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because what we are witnessing upon the face of this world and been ready to witness even more so increasingly in America is the plagues of Egypt have returned. Okay, we got the plagues of locusts that's over there, swarmed at all-time high, record-breaking swarm of locusts that's over there in Africa, ransacking shit. You got this plague of this coronavirus, a disease that's now increasing in America. We're at the point now you got over 20 people that's dead, and that's just what's been released as far as stated on the news-wise, which can be watered down as well. It could be more deaths than that, because over there in China, they're trying to say it was like maybe a couple hundred people killed. It's in the hundreds of thousands of people that's been killed over there and quarantined off. They done had to quarantine at least 8 to 10 cities over there, man. And so the plagues have returned. Okay, we're getting ready to see more of these so-called natural disasters taking place. We had a tornado that just killed 20-something people in what was it, Tennessee or?
Yeah, Tennessee.
Tennessee. So these things happened during the time of Moses, man. Even when it came to like giant balls of hail coming in and destroying crops, that's going to happen too. So if you don't have that protection of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you are not going to escape these plagues. But Lord will, Abaratazah, we are going to be covered and protected. This work that we're doing right now is we're spiritually striking the blood on our doorposts. Brothers doing it physically too with the lamb's blood coming up in this Passover, which is set for tomorrow at evening, man. The Passover is tomorrow. So it's the spirit that this heavy plague of coronavirus is happening. Of all times it could have took place, it's happening right during the time of the Passover, man. And increasing in America. They already hit China, ransacked that place, and still doing damage. Now it's over here. So what we're going to witness is all the things that happened in Egypt, we're going to see those things come back. We're going to see the frogs, man. We're going to see the flies, the locusts. We're seeing the diseases, the plagues, the boils on the arms, the skin. The death angel that killed the firstborns. That's the last of the plague, and it's returning. And this time it's going to be through thermonuclear destruction.
Yep. It's gonna be way worse here in America, because America is way more wicked than Egypt, man.
Mm-hmm.
And as it says in Jeremiah, that it's no longer gonna be said that the Lord liveth that brought the children out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth that brought the children out the land of the north, man. So hey, the Lord really got to show out, man. The Lord is really gonna, that the plagues in Egypt, that was low level, man. The Lord is really about to show something, to you people. But, as we're going to go into this lesson, he's still going to have mercy on the elect, man. The same way he had mercy on the children of Israel, he's not going to have mercy on our whole nation, but he's going to have mercy on the elect. And these people are going to see it how, through the Spirit, Lord willing, that we have the favor and the grace of Yahweh Shah, man.
Sweet.
You got something?
Come on, you go ahead, huh?
Yeah, well, this is the Exodus 12. This is going to go into the blood on the doorpost and the protection that comes with it. Exodus 12 verse 21, it says, Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. For the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come unto your houses to smite you.
Hey, and that destroyer was Yahushua, with the Spirit when it came through. And right now, spiritually, the Lord is that Passover lamb. So believing in Him is accepting that sacrifice to Yahweh. Believing in Yahushua, man. And if you don't believe and you don't have faith and you're not trying to keep the commandments, then you won't have that protection from that death angel, man. You got to have that blood of that protection. And the scriptures talk about how our Lord and Savior was the Passover lamb. So what we need to do right now is have faith in Yahushua, keeping His commandments and doing His work. That's spiritually how we're putting the blood on our doorposts right now. Go ahead, Art.
Well, yeah, that was it on that. I want to get, Exodus 13. Just bear with me as I find it. Kind. Where's it? Yeah, Salaki, bro. Oh yeah, this is Exodus 13, verse 13. And every firstling of an ass that thou shalt redeem with the lamb, if thou wilt not redeem it, then thou shalt break his neck. And all the firstborn of man among thy children shalt thou redeem. And it shall be when thy son asketh thee in time to come, speaking of the Passover, in time to come, saying, what is this? That thou shalt say unto him, by strength of hand the Lord brought us out from Egypt, from the house of bondage, man. And that's what the Lord's going to do, in this side. He's gonna show His hand. He's going to show His strength, man. When it might come down to where everybody's being killed and you're out on the streets and you don't catch one bullet, man. That's grace and the strength of the Most High. And it's ultimately the real strength is the chariots, man, when they show themselves. Because there's going to be all types of disasters, all types of calamities, all types of evil in these streets, man. And it's going to come down to where the missiles are on the way. Lord, will we be the elect? The Lord's going to show His strength and beam up His elect, man. God. That's a miracle. And that's true strength, that you have the power, to come through and save people from nuclear destruction.
God, hey, this next Exodus is going to be like nothing ever seen before. The last Exodus is going to have nothing on this one, man. Because they didn't have chariots out there beaming them up. They had to walk on foot, and they witnessed the great miracles of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, especially when it came to seeing the Red Sea being split. But the things that we're going to witness from this deliverance is going to be unexplainable, man. Yeah. And not only that, brothers going to be getting spiritual powers. We're going to have Akim out there putting hands on brothers, healing people, man. Mm-hmm. All these things are to come. And Og, if you could, go ahead, we can grab that in Exodus where it talks about how the plague of darkness that hit. And we had the children of Israel, they still had light. Because, you have to see these things. You will go through it and you will experience it. It's not going to be, like the Christians say, what they call it, a rapture, to where everybody's just going to float to the sky and all sins are going to be forgiven. That's not how this shit going to go down. And you're just going to escape everything before everything happens. We're going to witness all of this shit, man. We're going to be in the tribulation, man. Every last brother is going to witness all this death, this pain, this misery. And we're not going to just get delivered up out of here and not go through it. Because for one thing, we have to go through it because we deserve to go through it because we went off too. With our past lives and our current lives. All sins we have to reap what we have sown. Now we're going to be protected, Lord's will, from the death and great suffering. But we will witness everything that's happening. We will witness seeing tornadoes, man. We will witness fire, the wildfires consuming people. The martial law, people being put to death. We're going to witness seeing the concentration camps. Brothers are going to have to flee into the wilderness, into the woods to escape all the plagues and stuff that's going on. So this is a very serious time, man.
Yeah. This is Exodus chapter 10, verse 21. It says, and the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt.
Hey, that's a big time plague, man. That's a terrifying thing. Darkness which may be felt. You ever go into a room where it's completely pitch black and it's like you almost can't breathe? Well, they're going to have apparitions that's going to be coming out too. Because it talked about that in Wisdom of Solomon. During this time of that darkness, They had some paranormal activity type shit going on. During that. That's why the darkness was able to be felt. Spirits and demons and stuff like that, man.
God.
These are things we are going to see. But brother, keep on reading further. You're going to see how the Lord's going to protect us in that time.
Yeah. And the scriptures speak of that there be spirits created for vengeance, you know, that lay on sore strokes and appease the wrath of him that sent them. So, you know, with that, you know, and I was just, when I'm watching the movie Invisible, man, you know, from what I got spiritually, man, is that, you know, if you have, you know, somebody that you want to see put to death, or you have alt with somebody, or you have beef with somebody, the Lord could put spirits on them to get on their ass. You know, basically how Jake say, you know, to get on their ass and torment them. Mm-hmm. You know, have them losing their minds, even put them to death, man. You know, these times that are coming, you know, because the scriptures say also we don't battle against flesh and blood, man. So hey, that spiritual world is gonna come, you know, show itself to you people, man. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of you people that have done evil and wickedness, man, y'all gonna have a death angel with your name on it, on your ass, man. You know, trying to put your ass to death. You know, your kid's gonna be slain when you wake up. You're not gonna know how, cause you think you in a good case, you hiding somewhere, you ain't around nobody. Next thing you know, everybody you know around you is dying, and the Lord might preserve you to be the last one to see all of that. Mm-hmm. You know, hey, the Lord is called the King of Terrors, man. He could bring some shit on you people, man. But continue. Exodus 10 verse 22. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings.
There you go. And that's the point right there. All that darkness that could be felt, but the children of Israel that believed, that had that protection, that blood on that doorpost, they had light, man. And spiritually, that we're going to be seeing that too. And this time, they're going to have things that's going to go off, such as an EMP, man. It's going to completely shut down the electrical grid. But the Lord can set it up to where His elect is chosen, and everybody that's on that block will still have power, man. Still have the lights on. Even throughout the years, I've seen this whole block that my neighborhood be shut down from power outages, and I'd be the only one with power, man. How is that? That's spiritual. That's the walk, the mentality that we're gonna be in, and things that we're gonna see in the times to come. The thing is, we're going to witness these things. There was a book, I was just trying to see if I can remember the name of it, but it was like one of those end times book series that came out. It was a long series. It was about basically the rapture and shit like that, you know, Christian shit. But it talked about basically the book of Revelation, all the terrors and horrors and things like that. It was a whole series. And it brought out a lot of stuff that was basically in Wisdom of Solomon. It was a very, very popular series. Somebody might know what I'm talking about that's tuning in. But the reason why I'm mentioning that is the things that was written in that book, people was looking at, hey man, I would hate to live in those times, man. That's scary, you know, before the Lord comes back. All this, see the demons and stuff come out. Are we going to see all that? We're in those times now, man. And that's what people are failing to understand and get. We are in the end. We're about to see some shit. Lord's will, we are that generation that's going to see the return of the Most High come back, man. But how about Shemel Shai? All these plagues, people have to put yourself in the mindset, we are in these times that's written up within the scriptures. We're at the end, man. But if you want to be protected, you still want to have that light, you got to have faith, and you got to do the works. You got to keep the commandments. Otherwise, you're gonna be a victim to all the shit that's getting ready to happen.
Yep. I got a couple more precepts in these books of Exodus, man, because hey, if you brothers haven't read at least Exodus 12, the whole chapter yet, you know, I suggest you do, because we have to put ourselves in those shoes, you know. But this is Exodus 14 verse 11, and they said, going into the Israelites, and they said, because there was no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dwelt with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? And this is Jake, man, speaking. You know, here you are, just got delivered from all kind of shit, and you niggas talking about, did you take us out here to die, man? You niggas is ungrateful, man. This is why the Lord ain't taking all you dusty ass niggas out this time, man. Because y'all wanted to stay in Egypt so bad the last time, he's gonna let you stay in the worst Egypt ever. And you gonna die amongst the Egyptians just how you wanted it. You know? It says, is this not the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? So they say, hey man, leave us alone. We ain't trying to leave, man. We ain't trying to leave this fish and, you know, these Canaanite women and whatever it was. They wasn't trying to leave that shit, man. You know, that's why it says, you know, you niggas trust in oppression, man. Hey, you niggas love you here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? These niggas not gonna want to leave Popeye's chicken sandwiches, backwoods. You know what I'm saying? Ghetto ass nigga woman. You know what I'm saying? Guns, Glocks and shit. Y'all don't want to leave this shit, man.
They want to stay here.
They love it. But continuing, is this not the word that we did tell thee in Egypt? Let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians. For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. No faith, man. You know what I'm saying? No faith, no resolve, no trust that the Lord is going to take care of you. You know? And we got to have that when we out there in the wilderness, man. You know, we can't have that Lot's wife spirit of looking back. You know, but to continue, I'm going to just finish it up. Exodus 14 verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai, which he show you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, ye shall see them no more forever. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace, man. And that's what we got to tell ourselves, man, in this truth. You know, us being the elect, Lord's will. Hey, that, and you know, the Edomites, the wicked ass niggas, we not gonna see them no more. Next time you see an Edomite, Lord's will, you gonna see him in slavery, man.
That's right.
You know, but we gotta remember that the Lord's gonna fight for us, because we've been fighting for him. You know, we not out there on the highways and byways for no reason, man. We not doing these lessons for no reason, man. You know, because we trying to do this for a reward. You know, you got it, bro. Salaki.
God, I was looking at Obadiah.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned that, hey, we shall see them no more. We're not going to see these Egyptians no more.
Yeah.
Well, the Lord said that he's going to completely wipe out. He's going to completely wipe out Esau permanently, man. Eradicate him from off the face of the earth.
Well, you tell that to some Jake, they ain't gonna they ain't gonna want to hear that, man.
No.
Oh, I can't. I'm not gonna see a white man ever again. Especially, you know, the nigga woman. Nigga woman love, you know, a Tyler.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga love a little Bobby. You know, a little Jacob. Or not Jacob, let's not use Jacob. But you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They love them a little Tyler with blonde hair and blue eyes, man. That nigga's going to slavery, man. You know? And all you bird brain ass Jakes, you know, want to get you a little Sarah, a little Christina, man. That bitch gonna have to die, man. That bitch gonna have to go in shackles, man. You know, we ain't gonna have no love for these Egyptians like these 2/3 in that chapter. You got your precept? Yeah, you got it.
This is book of Obadiah, verse 18. It says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh has spoken it. So yeah, like the brother said, hey, in that precept, when we don't have to see these Egyptians no more, we're not going to see these Edomites no more either, man. So everything is returning again. What happened then before has happened again. We didn't have to see Egypt again physically, see the Egyptians again physically in bondage. But right now we're in a new bondage. Right now we're the bondage of these new Egyptians under the rulership of Esau, the Edomites. And what's a shame is you niggas love it here so much to the point to where you will see the Lord's chariot, see his power and his glory, and the brothers as laboring, we're going to be cheering, happy to see them. Arms up, please take me, Lord. And you niggas are going to be looking at him in disgust and fear and terror and running away, man. We're going to be running to salvation, and you niggas going to run right back into fucking America where the bullets is flying and shit. Yeah, right along with the sodomites, man.
I can see Jake now. Oh, hell no. I ain't.
Jake goes, no. What the fuck is that? What's that shit?
Yeah, hell no.
It's a damn alien. What the fuck? Niggas gonna be tripping, bugging out, man. Getting out their fucking Glocks, trying to shoot at the Lord.
Yeah. Trample over one another to get away from it.
Yep.
And we gonna be trying to move people out of the way. Just
yeah, because like, hey, we trying to get delivered, man.
Yeah,
but that's how niggas is. They love this place so fucking much, man. Niggas is falling off the truth right now, man. People just going back into the world after learning all this knowledge, understanding, bugging the fuck out. Now you want to bug out after seeing all these miracles and shit happening in front of your eyes? Right before Passover, motherfuckers is bugging out, man. That's crazy how Jake is in that mentality of, hey, I want to be here. Well, that's the exact same niggas that was at the time of deliverance when we got out of Egypt. They was talking shit. And I had to piss the Lord off. Like, Lord probably sitting back like, these motherfuckers, man. I done delivered them out of the bondage. They cried out to me for 400 years, getting their backs whipped. Then I show them miracles. I split a whole sea for them, and now they want to complain in the wilderness. Niggas is ungrateful, man.
Yeah. You niggas that left the truth, you know, because it's not all about, you know, just being in camps, because you can still push the doctrine not being in camp. But I'm talking about the ones who left the truth, man. You know, whether you're in the camp or not, or if you was watching videos and you stopped and, you know, you fell off and you know, the spirit ain't on you, come back, you ain't worthy, man. You're not worthy, you know. We trying to make our call and election sure. You know? But you niggas who don't see the end game, you niggas who let the world blind you into thinking that this isn't real, you gonna know it's real.
Mm-hmm.
When judgment is on these streets, man. You gonna know it's real when it's apparitions. You gonna know it's real when your kids got corona and it's not looking too good. You know? That's why, you know, brothers make that comparison, you know, that we gotta stay on the ark, man. You know, you think in the time of Noah, you know, you might have Jake on the ark. He gonna say, "No, I'm good. Let me hop off. Right. I think I can make it and swim." You can't make it. Right. We can't make it out of Babylon without the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man, and faith. So all the ones, you know, that took their hand off the plow, or counted this truth as madness, you're gonna regret that decision, man. And the Lord is going to make you regret that decision. The Lord knows you, man. The Lord knows every one of us. And he knows just how to get to you, man.
That's right.
You know, through the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. Oh, you got some slacking, bro.
That's right, bro. Hey, because niggas is so bad. Like, even the comparison with the ark, man. You niggas would jump off the boat and get eaten up by a fucking megalodon instantly. Versus being protected. I mean, that's how little faith you niggas is out there. That's how little faith you got, man. All you gotta do, man, is have faith and believe and keep the commandments and trust that the Lord's gonna take care of you, man. But I got some more in Exodus 12th chapter. I want to read on a little bit just about this Passover and exactly what you're supposed to do. This is Exodus 12 and verse 14. It says, "And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and you shall keep it a feast to Yahweh throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall you eat unleavened bread. Even the first day you shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, their soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day there shall be a holy convocation. And in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt, Therefore shall you observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, you shall eat unleavened bread, until 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. Whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel. Whether he be a stranger or born in the land, you shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall you eat unleavened bread. It says, Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel on the 2 side posts of the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. For Yahweh will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, Yahweh will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. Okay? So this is the mentality, the mindset, this is the actions that you're supposed to take in this Passover coming up. And any of you that don't have that last step of striking that blood on your doorposts, you won't be protected from things to come. And I got another precept here in 2 Esdras chapter 15, verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. So there you go, man. The plagues are coming back again, and we're living in a time period we're witnessing these things. So what does that mean you need to do? You need to keep the actions and the instructions of the Passover to stay protected. You know, not just on the specific High Holy Day, which is you need to follow this tomorrow, but throughout the whole year, man. It's about to be a new year tomorrow, man. Yeah. The real new year comes in tomorrow. Tomorrow's the first day of spring. It's a spirit because tomorrow's going to be 65 degrees. First day of spring. Lord always shows what time it is, man. And the time at hand is the plagues that come with destruction. Yeah. Gonna have a full moon basically tomorrow. Let you know what day it is. Hey man, people better buckle down, get right. Otherwise you're gonna taste of these plagues that have been sent as before, man. Mm-hmm. Keep the blood on your doorpost. You know? I got another Nasak if you wanna.
Oh well, I just wanted to say, you know, the scriptures speak of, you know, eating the Passover unworthily. So if you're just now finding about this truth, you know, or whatever reason you feel like you can't partake, you know, fast. You know, that's what the brother told me when I first started coming out to the camp. You know, I'm still fresh. He told me to fast, man. You know, so hey, pray the Lord. You know, so if you're not taking part of the Passover and you're fasting, you know, pray the Lord, you know, gives you that focus to remain single on Him. You know, pray that the Lord takes off any hindrances away from you. You know, so you can, you know, be counted worthy. Well, hey, we hoping this the last Passover, but if we have another one, that you could be counted worthy for the next one, man. That's right. So hey, even if you don't know how to do the Passover, don't just sit there with your hands in your pockets, man. You know, do something, you know, to show the Lord that, you know, you want His protection, that you want that blood, man. And you got this.
Right. Hey, rehearse the acts, man. There's no excuses that you don't know, because even if you don't have a video to break it down, we just called the precepts out and read it to you.
Wait, the apostles put up the Passover ceremony every year. Yep. Every year they put up the same video of showing y'all what to do.
That's right.
So it's really no excuse if you're worthy to partake in it.
That's right. And if you can't find that video for whatever reason, read the instructions in the book of Exodus. It's very simple, man. You follow this instruction to the best of your ability. You know, you want to eat the Passover in haste. It's a solemn assembly. It's not a party. It's not a family Thanksgiving dinner. So don't treat it as such with your family. Treat it in the mentality that you are the same Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites that was in the time of the Egyptians that was fearing for their lives and getting ready to be put to death. Those people were shaken up, man. You know how scary that shit had to be back then? To the point to where if after they put the blood on the doorpost and they went to sleep and got woken up from screams from people all around them because their child just got put to death.
I was just thinking that.
That's the mentality you got to be in, man. You got to put yourselves in those shoes to understand this thing. It's a very serious time, man. You got to be a mentality. Shit, if I step out this door after this during this night of the Passover, I might be killed by a stray bullet, by a fucking car. Somebody could come in and try to rob you that instantly. Because the death angel is going to be in the air at that point. It's a wrap. And them brothers were fearing for their lives for the Egyptians to come and kill them. Because the Egyptians wanted to kill the Israelites, man. Don't forget that part of the scriptures. They chased them with armies when they were crossing the Red Sea. Them people feared for their lives, man. It was not no celebration. Fuck this bullshit that IUIC and all these wicked ass false Israelite camps do. Making this shit like a Thanksgiving dinner. It was a serious time. They weren't concerned about going out and getting decked out in Gucci garments and gold trimmings and shit like that. Fancy chairs. Everybody needs to come to this Passover. Microphones and shit. Exalting themselves. That was not the mentality that was going on, man. They ate in haste. Shoes on their feet, the scripture said. Loins girded. Eating in haste. You take that bitter herb, man. Hey, last year that one was bitter. It was to remind you of all the afflictions, all the fuck ups you did. I recommend you fast before the Passover starts, man. Cleanse your body. You know, and I got another precept here. This is 1 Corinthians 5 and 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even a Mashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. So now's the time to purge out the old leaven, purge out the old you, purge out the filth, the sins you committed, man. Get it out your body. The whole action of the Passover has a lot of spiritual signs that's twisted into it that you can apply to your life, man. It says, get the leaven out of your house. You got to get the leaven out of your lives too, man. Because we're supposed to be unleavened. Okay? Pure. And after this Passover, you should feel fresh, renewed. But you should also be in a fearful spirit too. Not saying that you shouldn't have trust in the Lord. You have to have trust in the Lord that you're going to be okay. But you still need to have the fear of the Lord.